Hello and welcome to AmericanOutdoors.net. I wanted to talk to you today about the Porter Cable Benchtop Variable Speed Joiner. I believe the model is a PC160JT. Paid $249 for this at Lowe's. Brief backstory. I did most of my work on an old, ancient, well-worn IMF 6-inch roll-around joiner. And it was probably from the early 80s and ran like a three-wheeled log wagon going down a water slide. A little scary sometimes, but it did the job. Anyway, it gives up the ghost, it's gone, and I needed something right now. I was in the middle of a job, had a job that was the customer was waiting on. So I live out in the country. The nearest retailer that sold anything that I could have used was about 30 miles away. So did a little quick research online, went into the Lowe's. This was the only model and the only product of this model that they had on the shelf. So I took it, came back home, took about 15-20 minutes, opened the box, ran through everything, got it set up, and I was going. The research that I'd done online, and there were some good YouTubes and some good articles about this product from users, was basically though when they had purchased it right there, you know, it was still in the box, they had not opened it up yet. They wanted the viewer to see what they were seeing as they bought it. I've had this joiner for between 60 and 90 days, and I've used it a lot. It's really gone through the paces. So I'm going to give you my experiences, and you can benefit from the positives and the otherwise, which I'll kind of give you at the end of this video. But basically it's a 10 amp motor, or a 1 horse 10 amp 110 volt. It's got two cutter blades, which you do not reverse, 2-inch dust collection unit. Basically, it's an aluminum table, aluminum fence. I think it's 13 by 30 by 8 inches, if I remember right. Weighs about 35 pounds, so it's not too bad for me to move around. As I said, the blades are not reversible, so they're just throwaways unless you're good at sharpening. The fence will tilt to about 45 degrees. It did come with the dust collection plate, some wrenches, and a couple of the little push pads. So anyway, this box is empty. I've only kept it around so I could do this video, and then it's going out in the trash. Let's go ahead and get down to the nuts and bolts, and hope you enjoy. Okay, so I've got some sample pieces of lumber here. Everything from just a little 2x2 piece of pine. I've got a 1x4. I've got some rough sawn oak here, 1x6, 2x6 pine, construction grade. I've got some 4x6 pressure treated lumber here, and I've also got this 8-foot 2x4. Kind of a variety of pieces that I use during the week. I use a little walnut, sometimes some cedar, but I think for all intents and purposes, this is going to fit the bill, so you can see what I run through the machine. So let's get started. Okay, so we're going to wind this baby up. You can hear the difference in the RPM as I turn the knob. I normally run between 1/16 and 1/32 of an inch of material off my wood for each pass, and I just do that for preference. My opinion is it helps the joiner work a little less, and if I need to take more material off, I just make more passes. You'll also notice on the left, just on the edge of the screen, is my old IMF roll-around joiner. I'm using that here for an outfeed table, and I'm also using some roller stands for an infeed table on the right side. This is just a temporary setup. Normally this Porter Cable is attached to a bench permanently, and I've got tables set up. But this will also help you see later, as I start to run longer pieces, the difficulty that you might have if you're trying to run longer wood without support. This old oak there, the rough sawn oak, went through pretty easily doing face joining. Most of the wood does, and that includes the walnut, the oak, the pine that I use. Edge joining was no problem. The pads that come with the Porter cable are okay. Obviously they're not going to be top level performance, I guess, if you want to say that, but they suit the purpose, and I also have other ones that I probably use more so anyway. As you can tell, it handles this 2x6 piece of pine with ease. No real motor drag. There is a nick on the tooth, which I'm trying to show. I think it appears here in the video. I've run a lot of wood across this joiner, and it is important if you're going to use reclaimed wood or barn wood, anything like that, to check for nails. Anything like that will damage your blades, and it will show up. But to be honest about it, with as much wood as I have run through here, the amount of board feet, I'm surprised that that's the only nick I've gotten in the blade so far, and they're still sharp. I don't know how many board feet I've run through here, but it's been quite a lot. Now this was intentionally done. As you can tell, everything's more or less uneven. The purpose behind this is just to show what the average guy or gal is going to experience when they try to run a board through here that's more than six foot long. You are going to need extension tables, outfeed and infeed, and they're going to have to be set up level so that you can properly join your boards and avoid snipe. Okay, so here we are. You've seen what it can do with a couple sample pieces of wood that I've used. A few thoughts. The variable speed, you know, it's a bell, maybe it's a whistle. It's worthless, okay? I don't care if I'm using a 2x2 or a 4x4. It's going to be at high speed. Unless somebody's got a concern about noise or the pitch, I don't know, but you don't need it. Just kick it up. The blade guard lock, that's a nice feature, really nice feature. Everything is up front, it's easy, it's ergonomic. You know, the fence is a little, but it squares up for me and it works fine. If I'm a weekender, if I'm doing crafts, hey, this is it. This works great. If I'm doing a moderate amount of work, feeding a lot of lumber through it, some larger pieces, you know, it's okay. It's okay. If you're a full-timer, you already know, and I don't need to tell you this, you're going to need something besides this. At best, this would be a bridge to another joiner, or you know, it would be your fallback, where in my situation, when my old IMF busted down, I would have had this to fall back on until I could get something else. So it's a good piece of equipment, and honestly, if I did a lighter load of work, this would probably be all I need. So one thing I want to point, a couple things I want to point out. Keep the table waxed. You know, you might have saw I had some catches when I was running some pieces through. You need to keep it waxed. It's just some car wax. You want to get fancier, that's fine. Regular liquid wax will work. This is a piece of my own that I add on just to make my dust collection connector fit a little better. But you need to have dust collection, even if it's a shop vac. If you do not, you will be throwing confetti all over your shop. You will be in a horrible mess, and this will clog up in no time at all. And you will find yourself cleaning out a big mess. So I use an old Delta dust filtration system, dust collection system, but anything is better than nothing on this. So hope that helps. If you have any questions or comments, hit us up there at AmericanOutdoors.net, on the YouTube channel. Hope this benefited you. Thank you for watching.